Hello everyone and welcome to another GSWPA virtual patch programming. Today we are doing He and Me for Father's Day, which is coming up. So that can be your father, your uncle, your grandpa, any guy in your life that's special to you. My name is Samantha McGuigan. I'm a Girl Program Specialist with Girl Scouts Western Pennsylvania. And we will get started in just a minute. We're going to give some time for some people to hop on. But while we are jumping on, I'd love to know where you're tuning in from and who you are celebrating this Father's Day. Hi AJ from New York, welcome. Hi Kylie. Welcome everyone. If you're just hopping on, today we are doing He and Me for our virtual patch program. And my name is Samantha McGuigan. I am a Girl Program Specialist with Girl Scouts Western PA. I'm just giving some time for everyone to hop on. Hi to those of you in Michigan. Hi Samantha, welcome. Hi Skylar and Aubrey. Thanks for hopping on. If you're just jumping on now, we are doing the He and Me patch program. And my name is Samantha McGuigan. I am a Girl Program Specialist with Girl Scouts Western PA. From Ohio Girl Scouts watching with your dad, awesome. Mia is watching and celebrating her dad and Pappy. That is so great. And if your dad is with you, that's awesome. He's welcome to join you and do this program with you. Or you can, we're going to be making a few projects, so you can make them as a surprise for whoever you're celebrating too. Hi Rylan, welcome. Okay, we're a couple minutes in, so I think I'll go ahead and get started. Hi everyone, welcome to our virtual patch program. Today we are doing He and Me, and we're going to be doing a couple different activities. We have a jam-packed schedule today, so we'll go ahead and get started. As always, we're going to do three things. We'll discover, connect, and take action. For our discover, we're going to learn a little bit about the history of Father's Day and learn some different ways that we can celebrate. For our connect, we're going to be making a Bobble Head craft. We will be making, you can see behind me, my background's a little different today. We're going to be making a fun game with a tarp and some tape. And then we will be making a delicious treat. It'll be a sweet and spicy Chex mix. So we'll be doing that as well. And I think we'll do that last because it'll be a little messy. And then our final is take action. So you can either work on this with your dad, teach him some new projects, or you can share this with dad or any other special guy in your life as part of your take action as a gift for him. And then we also encourage you to do something outdoors this Father's Day with your someone special. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is our bobblehead craft. Oh, I'm sorry. Before that, we have our discover, which is to learn a little bit about the history of Father's Day. So let me read you the history of Father's Day and how it got started. So 76% of Americans plan to celebrate their fathers this year. Did you know that Sonora Louise Smart Dodd, a woman, is responsible for the founding of Father's Day? She launched a 62-year campaign to establish the day as a federal holiday. In 1909, Dodd was listening to a Mother's Day sermon when she realized the need for a day to celebrate fathers, especially her own. Inspired, Dodd drew up a petition for the first Father's Day. The resulting celebration in Spokane, Washington, kicked off Dodd's nearly lifelong mission of promoting Father's Day for national status. Over the next half-century, Dodd would travel the United States speaking on behalf of Father's Day and campaigning for the cause. Father's Day wasn't nationally recognized until 1972. In 1970, Congress finally passed Joint Resolution 187, which called on citizens to offer public and private expressions of such day to the abiding love and gratitude which they bear for their fathers. President Richard Nixon signed the resolution into law 2 years later. So a little history of Father's Day that you might not know, that it was actually started by a woman, which is super cool. Today we celebrate Father's Day with food, gatherings, and gifts. This year, Americans are expected to spend $16 billion on Father's Day, with the most popular gifts being greeting cards, special outings, and clothing. So I'd love to know if you have plans to celebrate Father's Day. You can type them in the comments. Let me know what your plans are for this coming Sunday, who you're celebrating. If you'll be doing anything outside, I'd love to know that too. So feel free to type those in the comments. Let me see if anyone has typed anything so far. Someone says they're watching with their dog. Awesome. If your dad's home, that's okay. He can join with you, or you can tell him to leave the room because you're making some special crafts for him that you don't want him to see until Father's Day. So it's up to you if you want to do it together or if you want to make it a surprise. But now that we've learned a little bit about Father's Day, I think we can go ahead and start our first craft, which is a bobblehead of your special guy. So we have, someone says they're going fishing with their dad for Father's Day. That's awesome. Someone bought their dad a t-shirt from his favorite YouTube channel. Very cool. Lots of people getting dad a shirt. Okay, so you'll need a little paper cup. I actually didn't have a paper cup, so I fashioned a little one out of half a toilet paper roll, and then I just cut a piece of cardboard to fit the bottom. So that's my little self-made cup, but if you have like a little paper Dixie cup, that works too. Some construction paper. I have 3 different colors, so you need one color for his shirt. I have this like light blue color. You'll need a color for his hands. I have this yellow, and then you'll need a darker color for his shoes. I just went with black. And then you'll need a picture of your dad, which I have here, a pipe cleaner, some tape, and some scissors. Oh, and some glue. Okay, so we're going to take the picture of our dad, and we're going to take our construction paper for our shirt and a pencil. And I'm just going to put the construction paper, I'm going to line it up right under his head so that it's almost touching his chin but not quite. And I'm going to make a V just below. That will be his shirt V. So it looks a little, it's just like this to start. It's just a little V where his head will go. And then I'm going to go ahead and draw his shirt from there. And I want to make it big enough that the bottom is about the size, the bottom of the shirt is about the size of my cup, the width of my cup. And it doesn't have to be perfect, just do your best. And I'll show you as soon as I'm done what it looks like, because I don't think you can see it in this lighting. And I want to make his sleeves long enough that they're long sleeved, because his hands are going to poke out at the end. So that looks pretty good to me. Let me show you what it looks like. Someone says they like my t-shirt. Thank you. Just like this, just a little paper t-shirt that we're going to cut out, and his head's going to go right where the V is, right here. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that out. I'm going to cut it a little bit bigger than I drew it because I can always make it smaller if I need to. Okay, and then I'm going to also cut out that V. I'm going to cut right here. My t-shirt looks like this, and it's about the width of my homemade cup because this is going to end up being his pants. And if you want, you can also, I like this brown color for the pants, just the color that my toilet paper roll is, or whatever your cup is. You can color it if you want a different color, but I think I'm going to leave mine just this brown color. Okay, so now I'm going to take my glue stick. I'm actually going to cut this picture a little bit smaller so I don't have so much to cut around. And make sure whatever picture you choose, you have permission to cut it. I apologize to my mom, I had to cut her out of the picture. Okay, so I'm going to take some glue, put it right where his shirt will go. I have a glue stick, but you can use any type of glue will work. I'm going to glue the shirt right under his head. Just like this, and then I'm going to cut out the excess around it. Oh, I glued the wrong side. I'm going to glue the side down that doesn't have my pencil marks on it. A little more glue. Again, I'm just cutting off the excess picture around the shirt and around his head. Nice and careful to cut around his head. I don't want to cut any part of his hair off or his ears. Okay, just going to throw these pieces of excess away. So far, this is what I have, my dad in my homemade t-shirt. Okay, now I'm going to take my little cup and I want to poke a hole through the center. So I can just take a pair of scissors. You might want to ask an adult for help. I'm just going to poke a hole through the center here. And just big enough so that your pipe cleaner can fit through. Have a hole just like this. I'm going to take my pipe cleaner. I'm going to thread it through that hole, just like this. And I want most of my pipe cleaner to stick out this end. And then the other end, I'm going to tie in a little knot so that it doesn't go all the way through. So it won't go through the hole on this side. So I'm just going to tie like a little knot here. It doesn't have to be perfect, even if you just want to twist a big bunch together so that it won't go through the hole. Just like that would be perfect. so that it doesn't fall through. And then I'm going to take a piece of tape and I'm going to tape that down on the inside just so that it doesn't move around too much. You can also glue it if that works better for you. I'm just taping down the pipe cleaner on the inside here. You probably can't. Oh, you can see. I just taped it down so that it's not moving. Okay. And then on this side, we're going to twirl this around our finger to make a little spring. And if you have small fingers like me, you might want to use 2 fingers to wrap around. Oh, I think 1 finger might work. And then you want it to stay straight at the end. So we're making a little spring. And we're going to have our pipe cleaner straight at the very end because we're going to tape that to the back of our little dad. So about like that should work. And before I tape him to the back, I want to make him little hands. So they don't have to be perfect. I'm just going to draw some little hands on here and cut them out. So they just look, they're like little cartoon hands. So they just look a little something like that. And I'm going to cut out 2 of them. These out. And I want to make a little bit of a wrist on the end because I'm going to glue them to the back of the arms. Again, they don't have to be perfect, they're just little cartoon hands. Something like that. Okay. I cut out 2 little hands. I'm just going to tape them to the back here so that they pop out the end of his sleeves. I'm going to put some glue on the back. Just glue his hands to the back there. And if they don't stay, you can always tape them too if your glue's not sticking, which I think I might do. Okay. So now he has some hands. It's a little like that. Okay. Now I think we can go ahead and put some, I think tape will work the best. So we're going to use, we want his shirt to hang a little bit over the edge here. So when I tape them to the back, I want to make sure it's in about this position. I think I might need to make one more loop with my pipe cleaner. Some tape on here. Hang him over a little bit and then tape to the back. Looks a little bit like this. Might need a little bit more tape to get him to stay in place the way I want. Might need to finagle my pipe cleaner a little bit too. I'm just going to cut off any excess tape that's sticking out. Looks a little something like this. You can see he's got a little wiggle to him from the pipe cleaner. Okay. And then we are going to cut a little V here so that it looks more like pants. Now it looks a little bit more like he's got some legs. Just like this. Might make that a little bit, that triangle a little bit bigger. Might need a little bit more tape. Okay, and then last I'm going to make him some shoes. So I'm going to take my black paper and I'm just going to cut two tiny ovals. I'm just taking two rectangles together and kind of cutting them to make them into an oval. Like a shoe would be on the end, would be round on the end. Okay. So two like this, and then we're going to fold it up on the end, just like this, and glue this part underneath, or tape it underneath, whatever is easier, on each pant leg. I think glue will work the best. Maybe not. I think I might need tape. Okay, and I just taped that to the inside. The shoe goes out like this, and I'm going to do one for the other side. I'm just bending it like this, and then taping this little piece underneath so that the shoe sticks out. It's a little something like this. And just little fold so that it sits flat. Okay, and then I might need to finagle this a little bit more. I'll put a little bit more tape. But this is my dad bobblehead. Just give him a little wiggle. He bobbles. Super cute. I think he'll get a kick out of that. So that is our bobblehead. Okay, so now that we've done that, I want to show you what's been behind me this whole time, which is a ball toss game. So I have a tarp. I have some duct tape. I have some markers and some scissors. Well, actually, before we get that, I want you to let you know that you can feel free to decorate your dad's shirt however you want. Forgot to decorate it. I'm going to give him a little, just a little. That looks cute. We're giving him a little collar and some buttons. I think he'll appreciate that. Okay, sorry. Now we're moving on to our game. So I have mine hung up behind me just so you guys can see how to make it. But you don't have to hang it up to make it. You can just do it on a table. So you see I already did one. I did a triangle and I made it worth 20 points. So I think I'm going to do a square here in the middle. I think I'll put it down a little bit lower. And I'm just going to draw about the shape I want, and how big I want it. And I want to make sure that it's big enough so that whatever ball I'm using, whether it's a baseball or a football or both, that it can fit through that hole. You don't want to make it too hard. That's good. You probably can't see what I drew, but you'll see it once I cut it. So now I'm going to take a pair of scissors. I'm just going to fold this a little in the middle so that I can get, you just fold it like this, make a little snip. Then you can cut all the way around into the shape that you drew. So just follow the lines of your shape. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. We're going to use some duct tape to straighten out the edges. Again, I'm just following along the lines that I drew. There we go. So that's my next hole. And now I'm going to take some duct tape. So for this one I used my blue duct tape, but I think the red stands out pretty good. So I'm going to use some red duct tape. I'm going to measure it just by holding it up next to here. It should be about this long. I'm just going to rip that piece off. And I'm going to stick it about halfway so that half is on and half is off in the center, just like this. And I'm going to fold it over to the other side. It's going to have a nice smooth edge. It looks something like that. So I'm going to do that all the way around. I'm just going to measure just by holding it up like this. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can always cut it to how you like. I'm going to stick it half on, and the other half should be above, like inside the hole. That way I can just fold it over and make a nice smooth edge. I might want to add a little bit of duct tape right here where I have a gap. I also don't want it to rip any more than I've already cut it. There we go. Do that to the other two sides. Just fold it over. One more. Looks about right. Tape it so that half is hanging over and fold it and stick it to the other side. Just make sure all my edges are covered. Okay. And so I made this one 20 points, but I think this one is a little bit easier. So I think I might make this one 10 points. I'm just going to draw number 10 so I know what I want it to look like. And I'm just going to take my duct tape and I'm going to go over this 1 and 0 with it so that it stands out and you can see how much it's worth. So the 1's easy. I just put one duct tape like this. The 0 will be a little bit harder. So I'm just going to take a bunch of pieces of little duct tape and tape them around to make the 0. So I'm just going to take a bunch of little pieces about this size. Go all the way around to make the 0. And you don't necessarily need duct tape. If you have other colored tape, that works too. You just want to be able to see how much each hole is worth if you get the ball through. So there's 10 points. So I got a 20, a 10, and I think you guys get the gist, so I won't make any more, but I might make a circle over on this side here, make that worth 20 points. Maybe down here I'll make another one. But my dad loves to throw football, loves to throw baseball. He loves those games, like at carnivals and fairs where you have to throw the ball through and get points. So I think he'll really like this. And then the last step for this, you just want to get some rope or twine, something like this. And you don't have to use a tarp. The directions called for a tarp. I think it's nice with this, but if you have like an old sheet, an old blanket that you're not going to use anymore, maybe even a big piece of cardboard, you can use that too. It's nice for this because these tarps have these little eyelets here, which is perfect for me to loop my string through. So I'll show you how to do that. I'm just going to put my string through the loop. And if you don't have string, I use duct tape to tape it to the wall. But string is nice because I can take this outside. I can tie it between two trees. So I'm just going to loop it through this eyelet here. I'm going to tie a couple knots so that it's nice and tight. If you didn't see our knot tying Facebook Live, maybe you want to see that one and see if there's any knots that could be useful for this, both on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. I'm going to tie that nice and tight. And I'm going to want to make sure to leave a lot of extra length before I cut this so that if I'm tying it maybe between two trees or two branches, I have a lot of slack to be able to tie it. So I'm going to do that on both sides, and I'm probably going to cut this about in half. Because I want enough slack so that if I need to tie it pretty far apart, it'll be okay. So that is our ball toss game. And again, if you don't have a tarp, you can get tarps at any, can't think of the name of the store. Any hardware store has tarps for just a couple bucks and some duct tape, so it's a pretty, it takes a lot of effort, so it's a nice gift because you really put a lot of effort into it, but it doesn't cost a lot of money, so it's super fun. And you may even want to make it with your dad. He might enjoy making it with you. So pretty cool. All right, with our last 20 minutes or so, we have one more activity, and this is a snack for dad. So maybe your dad isn't into crafts or sports, but he loves some snacks. So we're going to make a sweet and spicy Chex Mix. And let me bring up the ingredients here so I don't mess it up. And we can also link the recipe in the comments. So if you want to make it again, you'll have that recipe. You'll have exactly the amount of ingredients. But before I do, I'm going to go ahead and tie my hair back because I don't want to get any hair in my snack. I don't think my dad would appreciate that. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is preheat the oven to 350, which I've already done. And then I want to line a cookie sheet. So I have just a regular baking cookie sheet. I have one that has edges, so nothing falls off. And then I'm just going to line it with a piece of parchment or like baking paper. But the instructions say that you can also use, excuse me, you can also use foil and use some spray, some butter so that it doesn't stick. But I have this baking paper, so I'm going to use that. And I'm going to set that aside. And again, I want to preheat the oven to 350. And it looks like we linked the recipe in the comments. Thank you so much. Okay. So I need, let's start with our dry ingredients. I'm going to need 9 cups of Chex Mix in a pretty big bowl because we have lots of ingredients. So this is about the size of my bowl. And I'm using rice Chex because that's the kind that I like the best, but there's a bunch of different kinds of Chex Mix cereal. There's wheat, rice, I think there's one more. So you can use a mixture of all of those. You can use just one, whatever you like. And I need 9 cups of this. I think this one box has about 9 cups. I'm going to measure just to make sure. Sorry, it's probably really loud. Feel free to turn me down. 1, 2, 3. Let me back you up. Let's see a little bit better. There we go. 4. 5. 6. 3 more. 7. 8. 9. 9. Perfect. And this sauce a little bit extra, because why not? And remember, if you already made the bobblehead or the game, you don't have to make all 3 of these. You're more than welcome to make all 3 of these crafts and recipes. You can make 2, you can make 1, whatever works for you. You can still earn the patch, or you can come up with your own activity. Okay, so I need 2 cups of pretzels. I have this large jug of pretzels, and I'm just going to break these large pretzels up and put them in my measuring cup here so that I have 2 cups. That's 1 cup, and that was about 10 pretzels. So I think altogether if you're using larger pretzels, you'll use about 20 of these. That's 1 cup. I need 1 more. Just crushing them up so that they're bite-sized. If you guys are making a different recipe for Dad, I'd love to know, or Grandpa or Uncle, whoever your special guy is, I'd love to know what his favorite food is. Maybe you're making it for him on Father's Day. I'd love to know what he likes. Feel free to share that in the comments. Okay, that's 2 cups. Okay, what do we need next? Okay, so we have 9 cups Chex, 2 cups pretzels, 1 cup Honey Nut Cheerios. I just have to use my hand. Don't worry, they're clean. And feel free to be creative with this recipe too. If you have allergies or you just don't like a particular ingredient, feel free to sub it out with something that you think would work better. A little bit more. Okay, that's perfect. So 1 cup of Honey Nut Cheerios. Okay, and then I need 1 cup of peanuts. So I have some peanuts that were deshelled here. I have 1 cup of peanuts. I'm going to throw those in here. Okay, so now that I've done that, I need a half a cup of melted butter, which I already melted. But I might need to pop, looks like it's solidified a little bit, so I might need to pop it back in the microwave for a couple seconds. But I need a half a cup of melted butter, and that's just 1 stick. I'm just going to pop this in the microwave for a couple seconds, which you might also need to do to melt your butter. And that is 1 stick or half a cup. Okay, and while that is in the microwave, I also need half a cup of buffalo style hot sauce. The kind of hot sauce we use is red hot, but whatever hot sauce you use is good. And I need half a cup of that as well. Let me make sure I'm following the directions. Okay, so I need half a cup. I'm going to get down so I can see. That's half a cup there. Half a cup of my hot sauce. I'm going to go grab my butter out of the microwave. Okay, and that is nice and melted again. So I want to add the buffalo sauce into the melted butter and whisk until smooth. Okay. Dump that in there. Use my whisk to get the last bit out. I'm going to whisk that until it's nice and smooth and mixed together evenly. Okay. And once I'm done with that, I'm going to pour the buffalo sauce over the Chex Mix and stir to toss party mix until sauce is evenly distributed. So I'm going to pour this over my mixture here, the Chex Mix mixture, and stir it so that it covers everything in there evenly. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. Nice and combined, nice and smooth. Pour this over a little bit at a time. I'm going to mix it a little bit and then pour it in again. I thought this bowl was plenty big, but I might have needed a bigger bowl. Pour some more mixture in. If you like buffalo stuff, this is great. It smells really good. I'm sure there's other recipes too for this, though. Maybe if you like barbecue better or honey mustard. Mix that all together. Try to get it as even as possible. It smells really good. Very good. Okay, got everything out of there. It's all mixed pretty good. I'm going to have a towel to wipe up the mess I made, because I always make a mess when I cook. Okay. So now I am going to pour this onto my cookie tray and spread it out to make an even layer. The paper doesn't want to stay on. There we go. Try to distribute this evenly over the cookie sheet. There's some extra sauce at the bottom, so if I see Any spots that need a little extra sauce, I'm going to put it on there. I'm going to distribute this out evenly over my cookie sheet. And this made a pretty good bit. I think you could even half this recipe and still have a nice amount to give to Dad. If you don't have all the ingredients, if you just have half as much, you can definitely half this recipe. Trying to distribute everything evenly. If I see any extra pretzels, combining in one place and scooting them over. Okay, that looks pretty good and pretty delicious. Okay. Now, the last thing I want to do is sprinkle Cajun spice as much or as little as desired. So the recipe calls for 3 to 5 teaspoons of Cajun spice, whatever your taste is. So I'm not going to measure. I think I'm just going to put on as much as I think looks good to me. I like spicy, but not too spicy. And I also didn't have Cajun spice in my cupboard, but I did have Creole seasoning, which my dad said was pretty similar, which is very appropriate for this he and me activity. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of this over top, just to give it a little more spice and flavor. Okay, that looks good to me. I don't want it too spicy. Okay, and then I'm just going to put this in my oven. Again, I preheated it to 350. I'm going to toss this in the oven for 10 to 15. Sorry, excuse me. It's that seasoning getting in my nose. I'm going to bake this for 10 to 15 minutes until the Chex Mix is dry to the touch, but before it starts to brown. And then I want to make sure to allow it to cool on the baking tray before packing or serving. So I'm going to put this to the side, and I'm going to toss it in the oven. Okay, and that is our last activity. But before we go, we do have a special message from our retail team. So Father's Day is this weekend. As we know, it's on Sunday. Today, Brittany, a retail specialist in our GSWPA shops, is joining us to show off a few gift ideas for the special father figure in your girl's life. If you're interested in any items from our shop today, you're going to want to type SOLD, S-O-L-D, in the item number. So they'll give a number for each item that they show. So SOLD, S-O-L-D, and the item number in the comments. And someone from our retail team will reach out to you to place your order. And we're having a special. The first 2 people to make a purchase will receive a free Me and My Guy patch with the order, which you earned today. So let me toss it over to Brittany.
Hi everyone, and thank you Sam for that awesome virtual program. So I am Brittany, the retail sales coordinator for Girl Scouts Western Pennsylvania in the Edinburgh Girl Scout shop. And today we are going to feature some of our Girl Scout guys merchandise just in time for Father's Day. So how this will work is we will go over the items, we'll feature them, and then you'll just comment sold with the item number and the size if applicable, and then your email address. And a member of our retail team will reach out to you and send you an invoice for payment. Once you pay that, We will then ship your item out. All items have a $5 flat shipping for the continental US. And we'll go ahead and feature some of our items. So item number 1 is our Girl Scout Man Enough to be a Girl Scout hoodie. It is a super comfy hoodie. Comes in the navy with the Man Enough to be a Girl Scout screen print. The nice little pull strings in a pocket. We have them in sizes large through 2X, and they are all on sale for $29.99. So you can go ahead and comment sold with the item number and the size if you want this. Our second item today is our Man Enough to be a Girl Scout t-shirt. This is a cotton t-shirt. It comes in sizes large and extra large for $18 and a 2X for $20. We do have a limited supply in all of these items today, so make sure you comment as soon as you know you want the item and let us know what you're looking for and the size. Our third item is our Bug Off socks. These will help you shield yourself against ticks, mosquitoes, and chiggers in these multicolor moose imprint socks. It's a little moose with a tree on them down there. So they do have insect repellent in them to help protect you against insect-borne diseases. They come in a medium and a large. The medium fits shoe sizes 6 through 11, and the large fits 10 through 13. And they are $16 for one pair of socks. Our fourth item today is just a way to say hats off to our volunteers, and it is a 6-panel baseball cap with a navy brush cotton twill. The Girl Scouts service emblem is embroidered to show everyone that you are proud to be a Girl Scout, and these caps are $19. Does have the adjustable back. So $19 for the baseball cap, item number 4. Our fifth item is perfect for your guy on the go or your girl on the go, because these things are awesome. And it features an adjustable waist strap and is perfect for day hikes, hiking, night hikes if you choose to do those. It has an accessory pocket for quick access to essentials and a front zippered mesh pouch clip. Comes with everything for $25. It is less than half a pound, so it is nice and lightweight for all of those day excursions and trips. Again, our waist pack is $25. And our sixth item is our log pillow. It is not an actual log. It is super soft, super comfy, nice and squishy. And it is filled with micro beads for a comfy snooze after a hard day of work or a day out in the woods, camping, fishing, hiking. And it is $17. It is 15 inches wide and 6 inches tall. Nice and soft. So again, we are featuring all of these items today. They're perfect for the guy in your girl's life. And also, our special giveaway today is the Me and My Guy patch. We're giving away 2 of these patches to the first 2 people who place their order and pay for their order. So whoever is the first 2 people to do this will receive their Me and My Guy patch in their order for free.
Thank you so much, Brittany. And thank you to all of you guys for joining us today for another patch program. You have earned the He and Me patch, which we will link in the comments on how you can order that. And thank you so much for joining us on this lovely Tuesday, and have a great rest of your day. Bye, everyone.